What it is, squad. Welcome back. How you all doing today? So we already know it's Saturday morning, and we're doing our market breakdown, market recap of last week, and a market analysis for next week price action. All right, usual starting off with the dollar index. Oh wait, if you didn't see the last video, I just go over last week price action, last week trades. You could see at the top right, started off with a $25,000 account, and we up 10%. It's not a little over 10%, and didn't take much trades over the last couple of weeks because this deviation setup wasn't holding. I mentioned in the last video, and also I was playing around with my lot sizes, so I actually sent the price. I went as low as 22,000. Yeah, around here, while I was playing around with my lot size and different instruments, and actually found the lot size I want to use, and I added in commission. So that's just a little update. And last week was a good week. I think my first trade was on the 4th or the 3rd. I think it was the 4th. No, the 3rd. Right. I was putting around the lot sizes to hold at the 3rd and different instruments. Alright, I'll start from the 4th then. The 4th is when I really, got the lot size I want, and I was really focused from that point. So I'm gonna go back to the 4th. All right, so that'll be here. 376, 239, 250, 97, 780, 789. Then we have 192, 400, 200, 88, 193, 121, 131, 159, 90, 240, 244, 50, 57. So if you notice from the 4th, we didn't really lose. Again, the -3 is just the commissioner paid to enter the trade. So after I figured out my lot size from the 4th, I was alright, good. I figured out the lot size, we're back on the grind. And that was the result. So yeah, so that's how we end up with this figure right here. And actually doing started a demo account on IC Markets, that $10,000 account. Was doing the same thing there, playing around the lot sizes. And I found the lot size I want to use on that now. And yeah, I have that account up. Started off at 10,000, we up 1160. 11. We up 11. Up $1,460 profit. So yeah, that's about 10 point something, maybe close to 11%. So anyways, jumping into it, you know what we do, going on a weekly chart on the dollar index, and I must admit, I find that the dollar index now starting to show some weakness. The initial draw on the upside that we were expecting, we starting to see it rejecting further advancements after the first swing high, and then the second swing high it reached for. We hit this last, not the swing high, but the nearest high to the swing high, and we started to see some rejection. We drop to the daily chart, we'll see not just we had 3 consecutive down days, but look at the size of the candles. So, and actually this is our premium. This is the highest we have been for the year 2023. Not sure if this is if we topped for the year and then go and fall off, or if we're going to fill in this gap. More than likely we may fill in this gap, but we'll see how it play out going forward. So my analysis with the dollar index at the moment, right, let me just take off the Asian range for this, is first and foremost, I'm going to just clear my chart from last week analysis, well, at least the days. Already, I made a video explaining why I label the opening price and everything. You can check that video out. Very, very important. Why? So even on the forward chart, we're seeing a real good structure here. of bearishness. So after we immediately had a week Tuesday, we see how price respecting this fair value gap and this breaker, and we trading off. So I'll go back to the day chart, and I like to highlight the gaps underneath price to see where, if that would be a draw. And we can already see on the daily chart we have a swing low here, and right, so on the day chart we have a swing low, and I'll just drop to the 4 and see any insufficiencies underneath that swing low. That price we wanna gravitate to. Actually, how I personally have I'm not too sure if we're going to continue seeking higher prices because we're so close to the draw and the fair value gap. We could still be seeking higher prices, so we could still be slightly bullish on the dollar index. So what I'll do, we see this daily fair value gap act as support already once. I will draw this out in time again and see if it want to touch here again, right? If I'll notice the daily fair value gap starting to reject price, if price trade underneath it and refusing to go above it and into inverted fair value gap, then I mean, like, if it trade down into the sell side liquidity and continue going down, and then use this fair value gap as resistance and subsequently making that a inverted fair value gap, then I think that will confirm my analysis with the US dollar reaching the high so far before it started at least correct some moves now. So we're in a range right here from this high to this low. If this structure here break after sweeping the liquidity on the daily chart and the swing low and still continue going down, and any advancements up be rejected by this fair value gap, then that will confirm my bias, at least for that week, I would say. For that particular week. So if we see next week do this, trade down into here and reject it, use this fair value gap as resistance, then I'll be bullish, at least for that week, on foreign, and then we'll see how the rest of the how it play out. Because this candle in here for Friday, I really thought we dropped to the 4. I think, yeah, this was our 4 fair value gap. I really thought the news driver, because it had NFP. I really thought NFP would have pushed price up into here and continue going up now, but we didn't see that. We see a rejection with respect to fair value. It didn't even trade up into it. It went over this swing high here and didn't test Tuesday highs. And when I saw this Tuesday high here sell off, I was like, I know when we bearish, we just make the high either Monday or Wednesday. And then I see between Monday to Wednesday, we will find the high. And I see Tuesday high and Wednesday high reject. So I was like, and we were bullish right through on the foreigner. I mean on dollar. So, and also when you're bullish on dollar, you can get it over the week here, Monday. So I was watching this. It didn't go underneath Monday, but it didn't go above Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're in a range here. Now you understand why I'm looking at this swing low. Because we see price gravitating towards it, we already traded underneath the midway. I want to see if price want to continue on the downside to the draw on the daily sell side liquidity. Because we've been on an uptick for weeks now. And if this now subsequently hold as support, then you will see why my analysis would state that, we probably reached the high, and at least for the time being, we probably correcting some of the imbalances because we're in a premium market, So again, always have to have a narrative. Once you have a narrative and you follow a narrative, it helps with your trade. It makes you a lot comfortable, more confident, and understand what's going on in price while in any trade. Always have a narrative. So that's enough analysis on the dollar index. It's not much. We just had Tuesday high here. I want to see if Tuesday high hold as the top. And we see our fair value gap. I'm sorry, daily fair value gap reject price. For fair value gap, price didn't even reach up to it. Price break underneath, draw into the swing low. So obviously, use pound because pound been on my side. Oh shit! God damn! Take off them executions. Right, get them executions off. Damn, wrong one. Alright, just want to keep the new week open on. Alright, I could take off Wednesday low, could take off Tuesday low. I didn't buy on these sell off. Well, I explained already. I didn't buy the sell off because I really thought it would. If it had think it just wick underneath. But if it had went a little lower underneath the swing low, then I'd be a buy for the 10 o'clock hour in here after NFP. But you see how we end up going up over Friday high? So we had a bullish week. It's been a while since we see a some bullishness in for anything foreign. I'm just continue clearing up the chart, and then we'll continue with this analysis here. All right. You know what I find cool? I already cleared it up, but this price action here, I drew this line here because this low from Wednesday actually carried this price all the way up into here. And this is for the standard deviation now. So we were I remember, well, we traded down to one standard deviation Wednesday here, right? You could go back and watch the video. It was the chapter 10, I think it was, or 11. I think it's chapter 11. So this is the low it make for London. Shit. So this is the low it make for London here. After we traded down the deviation 2, this candle here high, there's the dealing range here. Right? And this our next way is usually deviation if you're trying to get one shot, one kill for the week. So you could take a pass shot here, which I did. Actually, yeah, I did. I took a pass shot here and here. I think I closed the trade here. But if I held, the only reason why I didn't hold this because we had NFP now. And we're bearish. So I thought Monday was going to be the high NFP, but I continue going lower. But nonetheless, first pass shot, one central bank protractionary stage here. 1, 2, and 3. Right up here. That's how strong the deviations are. When you're doing after you find the dealing range, the distance you trade down. If it hit the low in London, you use that as to gauge how high it may want to go for that week. All the protectionary state not as accurate as the entry with the deviations when you're using the dealing range again. But if again and it's a bearish week and it's a bullish week, you could anticipate the protectionary state, standard deviation 1, 2, and 3 after you get the whole range, it make as how high it would want to go. But anyways, as we say as we saw on the dollar index, we saw the market traded down and the dollar index showed some weakness, so we had some strength coming in on foreign here. So the draw on the foreign currency would be the swing high. If we break that swing high, if we break this swing high here and then use, let's say we use this high here as support, price may want to, so when we break this swing high, like say price come back down about here, I would say about midway point of this candle, and we use our support, then we could be looking at a bullish week at least coming in next week, and the draw would be this gap here because that would be a big daily sell side and buy side inefficiency. and they could just be filling the gaps, or it could be just a turn, shifting the market structure, being a new quota, going into the last 3 months of the year. So this could be some bullishness coming in for foreign, but we will see. Again, being a new trader, I didn't. It's very good. That's why I'm glad I'm documenting and doing this journey here, because in a year you get to see different characteristics of trading. You get to see the different the way how the market do different things. Again, I mentioned in the last video that things that I saw in the beginning, beginning of the year, I see market moving a little different. And that's only that better for me, that better for me and good for my development now. So straight off the bat on the 4 hour, we saw market close. We have our 4 hour fair value gap here. I want to see where the market open for London on Monday. Monday's a bank holiday too, so we'll just be trading the market structure. And we have some big news coming into next week. Next week we have some CPI. So next week we really and truly, I guess, show how the rest of the next 3 months will go, I would say. So, we have 4 hour fair value gap underneath price there. I want to see when Sunday open, what it would want to do. The drop pretty obvious is on the upside, and will be the same thing for pound, for euro. Because once you understand how the dollar index works and how the relation with it with the currency pairs you're trading, you would I wanted to see how far it came down for euro. I think it went beyond, straight to 4 standard deviation, news driver. Once you understand the dollar index works with your pair, it would really and truly help with it will help with the analysis for the other pairs. It'll be pretty much self-explanatory. So we have our double bottom at the bottom here on the weekly. Traded through all these lows on the daily for euro. Alright. So we have a draw for this swing high here on the daily. And I will use this one here because it's the most recent. So we could probably be a little bullish coming in going into next week for foreign pairs. And that's pretty much it for I don't have much analysis to do looking at next week. Since I started the channel, we were looking for lower prices for foreign, and we saw it. It did pan out. I was mainly a buyer. Imagine that. I was mainly a buyer in a market structure where sells was the order flow, and I still was able to get my account up. So you can play both sides. You could be a buyer, you could be a seller. It don't really matter. It's just about when you're buying and when you're selling. That is the key. And for our FEG, Alright, so yeah, that's about it. Not much. We're just waiting for the market to open next week. Well, tomorrow, see what Monday trade. There's a bank holiday, as I said, and we just trading structure for at least on Monday. Monday more than likely will be a choppy day. Seeing that it wouldn't have that much volatility because people have a bank holiday. But next week we have CPI Tuesday. That's what we're really looking for. I just really looking at CPI Tuesday for 8. By that time, I already had the weekly. Well, I would already cash out on some trades for the week. Because my first 3 days of the week is be strong. It was be strong for me. And if I don't get my setup well, Tuesdays be on last day I already look for something. So we just have CPI to look forward to. But Monday we just trading structure. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Nothing much, nothing long, nothing in depth. The dollar index fulfilled the draw we was looking at, and we've seen some rejection at the top. Foreign currency fulfilled the draw we was looking at on the lows, and we've seen some strength coming in, and that's about it really. Not much more to really state. Oh, we have a big fair value gap in here that price straight up into. Right, so you see this here? I want to see a premium fair value gap that is now supporting price. So this is an inverted fair value gap. Was once used as support, now is a resistance. So, sorry, what was once used as resistance, now we've seen it as support. And I want to see if when this one trade underneath that was once support, I want to see if it uses that resistance after it trade down into here. So really and truly what I'll be doing before I enter the market, I want to see what this do here. I don't want to be too hasty and thirsty to get everything, because I think the it's quality trades we're looking at, and my trade ideas typically used to, and there's a volume imbalance here and a fair value gap. Price was drawn to the imbalance, and there's a fair value gap supporting it for euro. Yeah, so I don't want to just be taking small trades. I like to capture lows that will at least give me 40 pips and more. I was in here for London, I got more 40 something pips. That's why I like, because that way it show that your setup your strategies centered around a very, very strong trade idea. Because again, your normal setup getting your 40 and beyond, that is a life changing amount of pips. You just have to use the risk management to suit. So that'll be it for this video here. This video was actually supposed to be made yesterday after I made it too, but I was waiting for the market to close to really see what price telling us. So that will be it, and I'll catch you guys when the market open next week. So keep studying, keep practicing, keep taking notes, keep journaling, and yeah, don't be intimidated by the charts. Everything is a learning experience, and you definitely would, once you stick with it, you would definitely enjoy your time, and you would see the strength again. If it's something you want to get into and really pursue, congratulations. This is a very, very how to say, demanding, scary thing, but we're rewarding in the end. Once you stick it through, stick it out, it rewarding. This is one of the very few things that I know about right now in my life that it does look like nothing won't come out of it, but once you stick through it, the rewards would be, you would see. I just can't wait. Actually, I started to control myself and everything, and I know I'm going to get, I said this in the beginning, I know I'm going to get that fun, the challenge over with, and I know I'm going to really, start bringing in proper cash from actual trades and things. And I'm glad I reached a stage I couldn't wait to reach it. I remember when I started off in February, when I first came across the information, I was like, look at how much videos, wow. And then I came back and then I started studying. I was like, boy, I can't wait. I don't already know how I just, work towards things. And I was like, I already know I'm going to kill this thing. It took time. It was scary in the beginning. And what really helped me before I leave, I had to say this. Right now, I back in the version of me when I had no static. I used to be pyramiding it. And it kind of come reckless when I was trading. Because it was reckless at the time because I didn't know what I was doing. I was new. But now I know how to look at the market. I know what I'm doing. But I can't quite reckless anymore. It's very calculated. Very rooted in sound logic and narrative now with my trades and stuff. So I kind of get back that feeling of, yeah, I in control, and I actually now I know what I'm doing. Before I was just trying something and I was working and I really didn't know what was going on. But now I have the understanding. It's like you bring, when you're a football player or basketball and you're raw, and then you bring that person to an organization where they hone the skills. They didn't lose the enthusiasm, they didn't lose the talent, the pure natural talent that they have for the game, but they just get some pointers and get educated and get good coaches so they know when to attack with the same raw talent that they have now. Or it can't be, it won't be raw anymore, it'll be seasoned, be marinated. But you get the point now. Back in that phase now, I was like, I couldn't wait to get back like that. Because I was kind of like walking on tiptoeing over the glass because like now that I get aware of what the market could do and all these things I didn't know at the time. And I was just like doing whatever. Now that I understand and respect it, I didn't let it change, man. No, yeah, now I'm feeling I didn't let it, it's almost like it did scare me and change me, but I catch back myself, if that makes sense. So I'm not scared anymore, I'm not fearful, I understand what's going on in the market, I know when to activate and I know when it probably favor me not to, you know? And that's experience gaining, that's knowledge gaining, that's understanding gaining, and nothing more scary, I would say, than somebody who could really understand when to act, when not to act. Basically, discipline. That's discipline. Nothing stronger than a man who discipline. So I'll leave you. I'll leave you with that. With that line there.